Hey everyone, happy Victoria Day long weekend. It is Saturday, May 20th. The time is 1:12 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 12 degrees Celsius. And this here is Woodlawn Avenue. I think it's actually Woodlawn Avenue West. And this is not where I was planning on starting recording this one. I was riding my e-scooter south down Yonge Street there. And I thought the view of all the downtown skyscrapers off in the distance being shrouded in fog was pretty cool. So I'm pulling an audible and I'm starting this video from here in Midtown. And I'll be hopping on the e-scooter there, and I think I'll ride south down Yonge Street. Sorry if it's a bit played out on this channel riding south down Yonge Street, but I think the view today will be worth it. And then I want to head over to Kensington Market, and I'll head up through, I think, Augusta Avenue, and then I'll take some residential streets through the Harbour Village neighborhood up to Bloor Street. And then I'll probably ride along Bloor, maybe through Yorkville, back over to Yonge, and we'll call it a ride. All right, let's hop on the scooter and get moving here. So this area is just south of the intersection of Yonge and St. Clair. And as you can see, it was raining all morning and into the early afternoon. So this is south down Yonge Street. There you can see those towers at Yonge and Bloor covered in fog, and I thought it was a pretty neat look. Hopefully the camera exposure could pick them up. It's possible it's not right now. And as I mentioned, it is the Victoria Day long weekend. And that is the second time I passed that thing. I passed it north of Yonge and St. Clair, but then I pulled over to start recording this. There's the Summerhill LCBO. So I think I'll just go straight down Yonge Street into downtown, and then on Dundas, I'll turn right and make my way over to Augusta Avenue, and then it'll be up through Kensington. And as I mentioned, I'll find my way up through some residential streets, which will present a bit of a challenge as they are one-way streets, but they change directions at some point, I think at Harbour Street. And that's just to prevent through traffic, which is what I'm trying to do. And I did turn on my Strava app, so I'll be tracking this ride. So if I remember to at the end of the ride, I'll be able to reel off some stats, such as how long the ride took, the distance covered, and my average speed. Although I guess you'll know how long it took by how long the video goes. Good one, genius. This is Bloor Street West. And I have a bit of a narrow window to record today. I have plans in a couple of hours from now. And it was crappy all morning. I was hoping to go out this morning, but I decided to see if the rain would let up, as that's what the forecast said, and sure enough it did. Well, it looks like the light was about to change, but nobody pressed the button and no cars triggered the sensor at that intersection. that can happen. Sometimes there'll be a button, but it's just an audible alert for those with vision impairments. And sometimes, as that car goes through the yellow, it should have stopped at. But if it's an arrow, that means sometimes you have to press it or you won't get the signal. I imagine there'll be a lighter than usual crowd downtown today, with probably people staying in because of the rain and the fact that it's the Victoria Day long weekend. People traditionally like to get out of the city on this long weekend. It's kind of considered the unofficial start of summer, even though summer doesn't officially start until a month from now. I mentioned in the video I recorded yesterday, but this holiday dates back to 1845 in this country. And I think Canada is the only country in the British Commonwealth that celebrates Victoria Day. It is a federal holiday, although I think only 6 of the 10 provinces recognize it. There's a fire engine. And a massive crane is just up ahead, I think at Yonge Bloor. We'll be going around that. Unfortunately, it's not as foggy as it was about half an hour ago. I think it's supposed to clear up and hit a high of about 17 or 18 later today. Oversized load. Yeah, so that is for the construction. Well, you gotta be careful. I can get my eye poked out by one of those things. This crane is for the construction of 1 Bloor East. It looks like Yonge Street's actually closed up ahead. We've got a scramble crossing. Advantage e-scooter, hop off and just take it for a walk. We'll just walk right around this construction. Looks like they're going to be hoisting this thing way up there. Maybe I'll pop the camera off and we'll get a look up. It's certainly understandable why they closed off this section of Yonge Street. That is going way up there, which will eventually be the first or second tallest building in the country when all is said and done. I wish I was here for the moment when they actually hoisted this thing up. They're probably still securing it. Well, let me relock my camera in here. Okay, time to keep moving. They've got some off-duty officers manning the area. And as I went south of Bloor, I entered downtown. Better make sure I don't have this camera zoomed in by mistake. I have been known to record an e-scooter or e-bike ride zoomed in before. Oh, the Tika Tea House is closed. That used to be a Starbucks at one point. Yeah, for a Saturday afternoon, foot traffic on Yonge Street is definitely on the light side. The actual holiday itself is on Monday, and a lot of businesses will be closed then. There'll be some supermarkets and I think shopping malls and major retailers open, and probably most of Chinatown. If you're wondering how this thing handles when it's wet, it's fine. My other two e-scooters actually have solid tires and they don't handle the wet roads as well, but this one has rubber tires, so there's a bit more traction and grip. Although you definitely can't just slam on the brake or the rear wheel starts to fishtail in these conditions, so it does take a bit of getting used to. You're just going to have to feather the brake at first when you start stopping. And these atrocious road conditions don't help. This is Wellesley Street here. This car looks like it wants to turn. Oh, now they put their turn signal on. Yeah, that's how you drive. I saw it angled and like, why would it be in the right lane with a car parked here? The light on that e-bike just went off. I seem to be hitting every light as we get to Grosvenor Street. And so far I have traveled 2.66 kilometers. At an average speed of 8.5 kilometers per hour, according to Strava. This is Yonge and College on the right, Yonge and Carlton on the left. And they're expanding the subway platform and building a new entrance to it, as well as adding elevator access. That's why this stretch of Yonge Street is closed. I just learned that the other day. I thought it was like water main repairs for some reason. That was Gerrard Street. There's the future home of Concord Sky, previously the YSL residences. I ate at this place on the left the other day, Basil Box. It's quite healthy. And this is Yonge and Dundas. I passed through here yesterday. I'm going to be making a right on Dundas, so I won't be going through the square, just up on the left. The streetcar line is being shared by the 505 and the 501. That's the Eaton Center right across the street. And now we're going west on Dundas Street West. And I'm going to take this all the way over to Augusta Avenue. Although I'm just going to go up Augusta and Kensington. I think I'll be back next week, actually, as I think that's the first pedestrian Sunday of the year in Kensington. I think it runs on the last Sunday of the month from May to October. There's one person watching, one person filming, and probably everyone else being annoyed. And this area is known as Little Tokyo. It was originally the old Chinatown, but that got moved further west when City Hall was built. And that's where I'm heading, actually. There's the 505 Dundas streetcar. This is University Avenue. And we've got the art gallery on the left. Then once I get on the other side of Beverly Street coming up, we'll be in Chinatown. This area can be a bit tight with street parking on the right and the streetcar tracks running down the center of the street. Is this minivan pulling out? I don't see any signals or anything. Yep, she is pulling out. Might be nice to let other people know what you're doing. And this is the kind of day where, even though the rest of downtown is relatively quiet, Chinatown will usually be pretty busy. It's one of those neighborhoods that always seems to be open no matter what the holiday. And it's nice to see it coming back alive since it was rather dead all throughout the pandemic. This is Dundas and Spadina. Gotta be really careful if you've got thin tires on your bike going through that intersection. All the streetcar tracks crossing over there. So this is one of Toronto's kind of must-see neighborhoods if you're visiting for a short time. Kensington Market, or Kensington Avenue on the right, but that's a one-way street going southbound. So I'm going to turn right up Augusta here, which is one way going north. And this truck is making its way up Augusta. And welcome to Kensington on a Saturday afternoon on a long weekend. It's known for its bohemian vibe. There's a lot of vintage clothing shops here. A lot of bars, places to eat. The Handlebar on the right. I did a walkthrough here with Action Kid on his channel. There's Bellevue Square Park. It's a neighborhood that has been fighting off gentrification for as long as I can remember. What's this truck doing? And really, this should be pedestrianized, at least during weekday or weekend afternoons. But City Council has been very wishy-washy on that. So we have to settle for the last Sunday of the month between May and October. All right, pigeon, get out of the way. Wanda's pie in the sky has been there for as long as I can remember. All right, so coming up is College Street. Now I want to make my way north up to Bloor. So I'm going to go left on Major Street here, which is a northbound one-way street. I don't think it'll be that way all the way up. And these streets in Harvard Village here are fantastic to take a walk through in the fall. All these trees start changing colors. Someone is not the best parallel parker with that angle. Oh well. This is the kind of street that you really don't need bicycle infrastructure on. They've got these speed bumps. It goes at a nice slow pace. It's the kind of street where cars and bikes and scooters can easily coexist safely. All right, I've been foiled. We're gonna have to go left here at Ulster. And they do this to prevent through traffic, just to prevent people from cutting through the neighborhood. Which makes sense. All right, so I'll go right here at Brunswick Avenue. And here we have a counterflow bike lane, so bikes can go south on Brunswick. And really, this kind of neighborhood design with the one-way streets is superior to what you see in suburbs where you have cul-de-sacs and looping streets and just nonsensical street grids that kind of bend and meander all over. The idea behind those is to prevent through traffic as well. But it just makes a big mess of things, if you ask me. All right, here we are at Harvard Street. Right in the heart of Harvard Village. Now it's time for me to be going the wrong way on a one-way street, although there's a bike lane here. In the winter, these can get a little hairy because they tend to push all the snow over into the bike lane. Now the street changes directions again. And this should plop me out into Koreatown. Take a look at some of these homes on the left. It's an absolutely stunning neighborhood to live, especially considering the proximity to such great neighborhoods, as well as subway access. There's where Tilt Arcade Bar used to be. And just as I've been on Yonge Street a million times on this channel, I'm about to turn on to Bloor here. Let me just take a look at Strava and see how we're doing. I have gone 10.6 kilometers per hour. So we're gonna head back over towards Yonge. Sorry, I said Koreatown, I meant the Annex. Oops. Koreatown would have been well west of there. There's like an Asian food hall on the left, like a street food hall. I've been meaning to try it, I just haven't yet. Oh, hello. Hi, how are you?
You've been here for like a week now.
Oh, I'm making a video right now. Do you mind?
Sorry.
Do you mind being in it?
No, that's great.
Well, you're in it. Hi.
Hi. We were watching you this whole week as we've been here from the States.
Would I know you in the chat by anyone?
I haven't been chatting yet. We've been watching you for about 4 months every day.
Well, nice to meet
So
you.
It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're doing better now.
Yeah, I'm just out squeaking in a video and I heard my name.
Well, we were here for his urban planning conference. So
Oh, wow.
as interested as we have been in the urban plan and the neighborhood design, and we're here today because this is your favorite area to be in.
Yeah.
So we came up here.
Well, I hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
We love it. Thank you for this recommendation.
Where are you from in the States?
From Alexandria, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome.
So, thank
Yeah.
you.
Hope you.
Okay, so this is one of your favorite neighborhoods?
Yep.
What's
Yep,
what's
the
the
Annex.
best place to go see?
In the Annex,
Yeah.
I really just like the built environment here. I think
Yeah.
I would just pick a pub or a restaurant that calls your name and go there, because it's not a neighborhood with attractions. It's a neighborhood that for living, basically. Like it's not full of
Listened to you
tourist
last night,
spots.
How you discovered your home here since 2014 and just managed to get it.
Yeah, I used to live in the St. Lawrence neighborhood. That's another fantastic neighborhood, and Jane Jacobs had a lot of influence on that area. If you're,
Yep,
you're probably very familiar with that.
Planners, not
Yeah, and she also, there was supposed to be an expressway going right down Spadina that she had a hand in eliminating. So there's a lot of history here from an urban point of view.
Yeah. It's tremendous just to walk around.
Yeah, well, I hope you're enjoying it. Well, nice to meet you.
Your live stream and
Yeah, you can find yourself in the video maybe on Monday. All right, cheers. Bye. Wow, what a pleasant surprise. And they said they were here because this is one of my favorite neighborhoods. I think I named it as my favorite neighborhood. How amazing is that? "'Tis be a small world." And this was not the video I was planning on making either. All because the downtown skyline was like shrouded in fog, and I thought it would make a neat entrance into downtown. But that video I was going to make, I just put in my back pocket and I make another day. All right, this is Robert Street. I'm glad they're enjoying the city. And he was here for an urban planning conference. He could probably tell me more about this place than I could ever tell him. But we're here at Spadina. I'm starting to get a bit of a runny nose. That'll happen when you're riding around. It's even slightly cool. This is Huron Street coming up. as I ride through the remainder of the Annex, and then it'll be through Yorkville, back to where that big construction crane is, so we can see if they've hoisted that big whatever that was up in the area. This is St. George Street. This is Bedford Road, Varsity Stadium on the right. So that will be the mission to close out the video, see what the status of that crane is. There's a good crowd of people here around the Royal Ontario Museum. And we're approaching Bay Street. I just felt a few raindrops fall down. Hopefully that's not gonna start up again. Well, this is certainly annoying. People riding two abreast like this really slow. And we're at Bay Street. Okay. I see someone taking a picture of the crane. Nope, they haven't yet hoisted that thing up. But this is as good a spot as any to end this, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting from north of here in Midtown, heading south down Yonge, west on Dundas, north through Kensington, up to the Annex, and then through Yorkville over to here at Yonge and Bloor. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. And as per the stats of the ride, according to Strava here, I traveled 11.2 kilometers. Or sorry, average speed of 11.2 kilometers. I might have had that mixed up before. And a distance of 8.63. Anywho, thank you for watching. Stay safe. And I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.